Hey everybody. Okay, it is not letting me change the thumbnail on my video. All right, we're gonna wait for the notification to go on out so we can get everybody in here. I'm pretty sure I made this public. I'm pretty sure I made this public. We're gonna let everybody come on in. We are doing the energy check-in, 369 energy check-in. Oh gosh. Cards. Hey everybody. We're gonna wait for everybody to get here. We're gonna wait for everybody to get here. Alrighty. We are doing a live poll today. Okay. It is Aries season, so it is all about you. It's all about you. All right, so this is a timeless reading. So whenever you click on this video, all right, you got to keep in mind that energy is fluid, right? So you want to place the energies where they need to go. I can say that this is your energy, right? I can also say that this is a person that you're interacting with energy. But if it's not your energy or the person that you're interacting with energy, you want to go ahead and place the energy where it needs to be, okay? So, we're going to give it a few more minutes and wait for a few more people to get on. Hopefully you guys have been having a beautiful week, right? So today's Wednesday, Mercury Day, Communication Day. Not a bad day to communicate, right? The energy is infused. We got a lot going on in the planets. I went over that on Monday. So if you guys missed that, you can watch playback. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards and jump into this because I only got an hour. So I got to jump off at 7:30. All right. First placement. We got 6th house energy, sustainability. Right. Let's see. Then we have Venus. Oh, okay. That's not bad. Okay, beloved. All right. Self-love. All right. Luxury. All right. What's our last card? Where are the planets? Where are the planets? Ooh, you got to get to the root of the problem. Emmy and Silo. You got to get to the root of the problem. Hey, Nancy. I'm waiting for more people to get on so we can really jump into this. So 369 pull today is going to be 6th house energy. It's also going to be Venus energy. Venus rules Libra as well as Taurus. So we'll be looking at Taurus and Libra's energy. Hey, Mawa. How are you? Right. You can ask a question, you can, but if it's you can ask a question about the channel, but if it's like a personal reading question, it's $20, okay, if you want to ask a question for a personal reading question. But if it's about spirituality or about the reading, you can, but or you can book a personal reading. Oh. Well, the pull is going to kind of get into that today, right? So the pull is going to get into that today. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Kamoy, right? Let me just give you a little background about what this channel is all about. This channel is all about self-healing, self-awareness, and self-love. Anything to do with you taking responsibility for your life as well as for your reality, okay? If you find that you are always in the same situation with different people, that means that you are the common denominator. Let me explain to you how this works, okay? If you find that you were dating John, okay, and then you and John broke up because John did something that, what broke the trust, and then you started dating Tim, and Tim did something that broke the the trust, very similar to what John did. And then you went and you dated Derek, and Derek did the same thing that Tim and John did. Okay, what you find is that you are the common denominator in those relationships, so you have to work on changing you. Okay, there you go. Yes. Okay. Now, if you do not want to grow, this is not going to be the channel for you, because I keep it real and I keep it raw. Okay, I can tell you the fuckery and the bullshit that's going on, but you are still responsible for looking at the role that you play in the fuckery, in the bullshit in your own life. All right. And if you can do that, then you have the power to change your experiences. Okay. So it's all about being real with yourself, being honest with yourself, and being able to let go what no longer serves you. All right. So, as well as loving yourself and giving yourself the grace and the mercy that you give to everybody else that you love. All right. So, change happens not when you physically decide to get up and change something. Change happens with observation without judgment. All right. So the way that you change is by observing that change is needed and not judging it. All right. Trust me, I've been working on myself for a really long time. All right. And then you also have to know that you go through different energy and archetypes with these planets on a daily basis. Okay. Which means if you are in a particular archetype, so if you are an air sign, depending on what is happening with the air energy, it can affect you. If you are a water sign, depending on what's happening with the water sign, it can affect you. If you are on earth, the same thing. Fire, the same thing. But also, even if you're not an air sign, depending on what's going on with Pluto, which is a rules a water sign, that can affect you. So be mindful. You are affected by different archetypes of energy. Okay, so Libra. Okay. So you are a Libra. All right. So we're going to get into all of that stuff as we're moving throughout these cards and this energy. All right. If you are part of the Patreon community, you need to know that your 369 video is finished. I'm going to upload it after this live. And there's a lot of information in that 369 video also. And you have a code word for the week in there. All right. This is all about self-mastery. Can't nobody change you but you. Just got to be honest with yourself. All right. Okay, so we are going to do this in multiple layers. First, we're going to take a look and see what's going on with the planets, okay? And then first we're going to take a look at what's going on with the planets. You're new. If you stick around, I promise you, Mama, you're going to learn a lot, okay? Once you're willing to do the work, all right? You are not going to leave the same way you came in. It's a lot of information, so you just take what you need and you leave what you don't. If you don't understand, you ask a question about the material that's coming out, and I will try my best to explain, okay? I deal with numerology, astrology, or anything spiritual that's in my spiritual toolkit, all right? I'm very gifted in many different areas, so I use all of the gift to interpret the cards and to help. All right. Once again, I have this announcement. I don't know. This is the third time that I've come on live and this message has been coming out. If you have a red car, a red truck, a red vehicle, right? License plates linked to this could be C and Z. That's Charles Nancy Zebra. Okay. There's something around your kidneys. Okay. Now, if you are driving the red car, but you know someone that has the license plate, you want to go ahead and put the energy where it is. Okay, so it's linked to a red car. License plates can contain the letters C for Charles, N for Nancy, Z for Zebra, and this is linked to your kidneys. You need to detox, drink plenty of water, and definitely see your doctor. Okay, that's the third time this message has come through, so I'm hoping it gets to where it needs to go. Hey, Aisha, how are you? All right, we're just getting started. Okay, so you guys know that we meet on Wednesdays. Hey, Piper, how are you? Hey, Liz, how are you? All right, so you guys know that we come in on Wednesdays. We do the astrology report on Mondays, and then we come in on Wednesdays and we do the breakdown of the tarot cards, okay? We're doing the 369 pull. I also deal with numerology, all right? The 3 represents Well, first of all, the 369 is all mental energy. And the reason why I'm dealing with mental energy is because collectively right now, if your mind is not fortified, your emotions are going to be bouncing around, and it's vice versa. If your emotions are not certified, which means that if you can't control your emotions and you can't control your thoughts, your life is then going to affect, your experiences are going to begin to produce, right, the lack of control, right? So we are doing these polls. I miss, oh, thank you, Liz. I miss you guys too. I'm changing it up. I'm changing it up. um what you need to understand is mentally right now, you have to mentally prepare yourself for the change that's coming in. You know, a year and a half ago, I don't know if you guys remember, we talked about timelines changing, right? We are now in a season where you are literally seeing that we are living in two different timelines. I don't have to really map it out to you. You can step out your door and you are seeing that we are living in two different timelines. And if you don't understand what I mean, you can go back to some of my videos from a year back, all right? And some of you just innately get it because you can see that your world and the way that you think about things and the way you see things is totally different than maybe even some of your closest friends and family members. Okay. So you guys need to be aware of that. Mentally, where we are right now, your reality as you're moving through this energy is going to be changing. If you've been a member of my channel for a while now, you should not be the same place that you were when you first started coming on this channel. Okay, so let's get through this. Numerology that we're doing today is the 369 pull. That is all mental plane energy. Okay, all mental plane energy. All right. So the three deals with your imagination. The reason why your imagination is important is because whatever you imagine, okay, or I am nation, whatever you imagine, you can create. If you don't imagine it, or you can't even conceive it, or you don't even believe it's possible, you can't have it. You are not entitled to have it. So you need to understand that. Whatever you cannot imagine, or you don't think you're entitled to, you can't have, you can't experience. That's just universal law. You can call it the law of attraction, you can call it what you want, but if you don't know that you are worthy of it and that you can have it, you are not going to be able to experience it. Or you will experience it, but it's going to be short-lived. You're not going to be able to hold on to it. You know, you're not going to be, it's not going to be able to be sustainable. Okay. I'm honest to you guys, and I tell you guys, one of my things that I work on is self-worth. So I know this walk really well. Okay. Because when you're dealing with self-worth, it's a lot of really getting in your mental and in your emotional psyche that you are worthy of things, that you're sovereign. You can have whatever it is you want to experience. Now, that just doesn't happen on the realm of good. It also happens in the realm of what you may consider to be bad or lower vibrational. This is why you need to mentally fortify yourself. All right. So number 3 deals with your imagination and your memory and your creativity. Okay. You're going to have to be creative in this energy. All right. Now, if you're part of the Patreon community, the word that's going on here for today with this poll, as well as Patreon's poll, is perception. What is your perception? The number 6 from this 369 poll deals with your willpower. What it is can you destroy that no longer works for you? And what is it that you can create and build anew that you want to work for you? And that first starts with your mind. Okay. Yes, rejection is protection. Rejection can be protection unless you don't see it as protection. If you don't see this protection, it's not going to be protection. If you see rejection as somebody coming for you, guess what? Then there's somebody coming for you. Okay. The number 9 from this 369 poll deals with completion, taking responsibility for your mental thoughts, right? Using your ambition in the physical realm. That's the doing aspect, the reasoning aspect, the logical aspect, right? As well as the spiritual nature from the soul plane, right? Which is the purpose of things. Balancing your emotions, okay? Paying attention to what your soul's mission is, all right? So we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this energy, okay? All right. Let's start off with 6th house energy, sustainability. All right. Now, I want to say this, okay? The number 6 deals with willpower, as well as creative and destructive energy, right? The number 6 energy, just so you know, is also Virgo's energy. This is the house of health and well-being, all right? What's sustainable to you? What at this point in time can you really hold on to? What works and what doesn't work? What do you need to let go and what you don't need to let go? And I'm going to say this again, right? This is not going to be for everybody, because if you're not trying to change, this pull ain't for you. I'm just going to be honest. We're going to get up into what's holding you back, and we can get into all of the ratchetness. But if I read you all the ratchetness and I don't read you how you can really change, hey, Kim, if I read you all of the ratchet energy, and you can go to anybody else's channel and you can see all of the ratchetness that people are doing. But if you don't really focus on your change, like seriously, you're going to find that you're going to channels and you're getting the same message for the past 8 months of that same energy. And it's not really the reader's fault, because you're reading energy, right? You're reading energy. So it's not really the reader's fault, because we're just reading the energy, right? But I'm not going to get you guys stuck in all of the lower vibrational fuckery that's going on and not give you a fucking way out of this shit. I'm not going to do that, because that's not helpful, and that's not what my gift is here for. My gift is not here to keep you stuck. Okay, so right now what you need to understand is what's sustainable. This is Virgo's energy. You need to be able to analyze things. All right, analyzing things. What is your perception? This energy from 6th house deals with your fortune, but it's also the house of slaves. What are you a slave to? This is also the house of sickness, injury, your enemies, your health, service, self-improvement. Code word here can be I serve. What do you serve in your daily life? What's sustainable to you in your daily life? What shit are you holding on to mentally, physically, emotionally, that's keeping you stuck? You got the 6 of Wands showing up here in this energy. So some of you are dealing with energy where something fell from grace, okay? Someone or something fell from grace. You may not feel as confident, all right? So this is energy of not feeling so confident, or someone fell from grace, all right? And it's kind of like High Priestess energy is also showing up here. High Priestess energy is the moon energy. All right. So we're dealing with feelings. We're dealing with being able to express your feelings, or maybe even hold on to secret, harbor emotions. With this energy, I kind of feel like someone fell from grace. So everybody is suspect right now, or everything is suspect right now. Not quite sure what to trust. But some of this could be your confidence, or some of this could be you, I want to say, and we're going to get into this, right? Some of this could be you maybe holding someone or something on a pedestal, and they're no longer on a pedestal. So you over here is not able to trust anyone's motive. The question here also is asking you to check your own motives too. Check your own motives in this energy. Was this sustainable? Was this feeling sustainable? Was this relationship sustainable? Was this situation sustainable? Right? Was it working? Was it really working? Yep. 3 of Wands, somebody's looking towards the future. We're in Aries season, okay? Somebody's looking towards the future, but there's something out of a love alignment here that could have been some type of breakup. Maybe something that you love, or someone that you love, right? There's something about maybe a future with this person. Once again, it goes back to 6th house, your health and your well-being, right? Is this sustainable? This has to do with your daily routine also, all right? So 6th house energy has to do with your daily routine also. 6th house energy is also, so ruled by Mercury. So we're talking about Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So all of this can also do with maybe your communication with someone. Maybe via text message, maybe via emails, maybe via phone conversation, right? This is an exchange. This also, for some of you, could be something going on with your siblings, because 6th house energy can also be siblings, okay? Or a child, your child. You're going through something with your child. And let me just say this, because Aries energy, is known as the warrior type energy. And I don't think that we talk a lot. It's not just warrior type energy where people are explosive and argumentative. It's also the warrior type energy where you're dealing with spiritual warfare. Okay. And spiritual warfare is where you are holding on to other people's opinion that you love and care about, right? And their opinion is weighing more than you, than what you know or what you really want to do. So you're battling other people's limitations of you, right? Or people's over expectations of you, and you're not really walking your own path. Okay, so spiritual warfare don't happen about people you don't give a shit about. It happens when you really care about people. Okay, so you're dealing with their whispers in your ear and your spirit telling you to do one thing and your fears coming up. So you're dealing with your fears and their limitations. Okay, so, or your fears and their expectations. So that's spiritual warfare. All right. So, sixth house energy is saying something or someone is no longer in grace. Okay. And you got to watch the motives of everybody involved in this situation, including yourself. And there could be some secrets that may not have been told here. This could have been something that, or someone that you thought there was a future with, but there's out of alignment, and maybe some type of breakup. Okay. Some type of breakup happened because it's no longer sustainable. Okay. Remember also, because of all of the Pisces placement, you want to pay attention to illusions. Okay. You want to pay attention to illusions. Ace of Wands is showing up when this is all about opportunity. This is all about new beginnings. This is about things coming together. But it's showing up with the Three of Cups in reverse, which means third party. There's a crowd. Something or someone may have come in between something that you were trying to build, all right, or maybe something you were trying to sustain. And maybe some of you were trying to sustain relationships that you know weren't sustainable. And we talked about that Uranus energy on Monday. We talked about the Uranus placement on Monday. The Uranus placement on Monday talked about breaking up shit that was not in its rightful place because you were not on course. So there could have been a breakup of something relationship wise, business wise. If for somebody, it could even be school. This could be happening with school. All right, you're going to school, trying to, going to get this degree where you know for a fact that this is not what you're supposed to be doing, right? You know you're not supposed to be doing that. But it's like you're pushing, like you're pushing and you're forcing something where you know it's not sustainable. When you know it's not sustainable. All right. For somebody, it's definitely school. And for somebody's relationships, for somebody, it's work. All right. What's sustainable? What's sustainable? Something came in between whatever new beginning you thought you were going to have. And remember, this is third party energy, but third party doesn't necessarily mean a person. It can be an emotion, self sabotage. Hi, sweetie. It can be a mental block where you're self sabotaging yourself mentally. It can be physical self sabotage where you're not showing up for your appointments. Okay. You're not in a season right now where you cannot move balance between your masculine energy, which is your logical and your reasoning side, and your feminine energy, which is your emotional and your intuitive side. So if you're trying to really have one to be more than the next in this season, you're going to have a problem, right? You cannot operate too much from the logical and not include your intuitive. You can't operate too much from the intuitive where you're not aware of what's going on around you, where you can't make logical decisions based on your environment. Okay. There has to be a balance. Okay. Grounding yourself is going to be necessary in this energy because that's the only way that you're going to know what's sustainable. Uranus is breaking a lot of shit up, right? We got that Mars energy in place, which can really help you to expand in your spiritual warfare, but it can also cause a lot of arguments when you have low vibrational people in your vortex, right? And then you're buying into their low vibrational shit. Here, 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 right? What's sustainable? What keeps you up at night? That's the shit you need to focus on and deal with. The way to get through something is for you to go through it. You're not going to get to the other side of whatever this is unless you deal with it. All right. So let's see what you're not dealing with. We're going to get up into this. All right. So you got Venus showing up here. which is talking about your willpower, your power to create or destroy. And then let's talk about willpower and the power to create or destroy. Do you know that when you are building some things that, you may have to destroy something in order to rebuild something? It don't necessarily mean that everything stays the way it is. So in this process, in this walk, you're going to have to be able to destroy and create anew. What doesn't work can be destroyed. So if an old thought process doesn't work for you, you can destroy that thought process. If a mantra worked for you 10 years ago and that mantra no longer works anymore because you've now become the living manifestation of that mantra, it's okay for you to create a new one. Hi, Anja, you're from Germany. Ow. Welcome. All right. You ain't supposed to hold on to things energetically that's not working for you anymore. That's something that I've been dealing with, really going through what no longer works for me. Because I'm at the point now in my spiritual walk where I can feel immediately in my body if something comes in, that I feel may be stressful, it doesn't take long for me to recognize it. I feel it in my body immediately. It goes right here in my shoulders. And y'all know I've been doing my alignment for about 3 months now. So I can feel when something is off. Because I'm still in alignment process, I feel immediately the stress hit my shoulders and my shoulders get tight. Immediately get tight. And I have to do stretches every day. It's going to take about a year for me to get back to, So there are days when, because my neck is now stretched and elongated and my shoulders are back, there are days literally when I have to re-stretch my shoulders so they can not be tight. Like it's the whole process. So what part in your life do you have to remind yourself to relax and be stressed? What shit are you holding on to in relationships and shit that no longer works for you? Venus is saying, beloved, you are love. Listen, the truth about this walk is until you begin to practice self-love, you're not going to get this. And self-love is not narcissism. I'm not talking about stepping over other people's feelings or emotions, because you want something or because you're trying to manipulate a situation. I'm not talking about that shit. So I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is being honest with yourself to know when you need a timeout. Being honest with yourself to know that you may feel a little jealous. Being honest with yourself to know that you're a procrastinator. Being honest with yourself when you know that maybe you talk a little too much. Being honest with yourself when you know you pop off at the mouth too much. Being honest with yourself if you know you go way to the negative too much. Being honest with yourself if you know you self-sabotage. That's what self-love is. Self-love doesn't have anything to do with you manipulating or stepping on other people. But self-love is required as part of the walk. You're going to have to be honest with yourself about your own bullshit. You're going to have to be honest with yourself so when people call you out on your bullshit, that you can sit back and, okay, well, they ain't lying about that. Because, okay, I can see. See, because I'm a Scorpio, so I could get my stinger up. But I've learned patience. But the minute I feel like my patience is no more, that tail comes out and you can get stung. And sometimes you can get stung by me not even explaining and communicating to you why I'm stinging you. So here it is. You're thinking you're doing one thing, but I didn't really communicate what I wanted, because you should know. You should read my mind. You should be able to read my mind to know what I need, when I need it, or what I don't need, or know that that's a trigger for me. You should be able to know that, right? So if I feel like I've given you a pass, but I don't really communicate, and you do it again, and then I sting you, right? Which means AKA I might get a little aggressive, or I might, say something very firm, or say, like pop off at the mouth. It just depends on what it is. Being human. It's called being in a place of human. And your goal is to be able to master your humanity. Which means don't take anything as personal, and don't take yourself so seriously, and deal with your shit. Are you dealing with your shit? It's easy to blame everybody else. It's easy to blame everybody else. You got the 7 of Cups here. There's options here. There's options going on here. Right? Venus is saying self-love. You are love. There's also disappointments. There's a lot of cups here. 7 of Cups is options, and 8 of Cups is there's somebody disappointed. Somebody's disappointed. And it's interesting. You see, it's interesting because you see all of these options and you're disappointed, but you're not even looking at all of these cups. See, and one thing, everything that glitters is not gold. Sometimes it's just fucking gold glitter, right? So you see all of the gold glitter here. But then here, you walking around with all of this heaviness and stuff, not loving on yourself enough, in whatever situation this is, that you don't even see you got 8 cups back here. Look at the moon. The moon is looking like, I don't even want to be fucking bothered right now. Or some of you, if this is not your energy, you could be dealing with somebody that comes to you for advice or counseling that's operating in this energy. So apply the energy where it needs to be. It don't necessarily have to be you. 6 of Wands in reverse. No confidence if somebody fell from grace. Thank you. Anja, thank you so much. Somebody fell from grace. Somebody had hidden agendas. Somebody was not true about maybe their motives. Somebody may not have been true about love. You may not have been true about your motives. You may have been loving somebody more than you love yourself. Ace of Wands. Look what came. Did we just have this? Some of you may have thought you had an opportunity in a new beginning here, and then you felt disappointed. Something came in between your opportunity and what you thought was going to happen. This could have been in a career, relationship, or maybe even in your own spiritual development. Some of you may have had an opportunity to take to pick an option. And you chose an option and you felt disappointed, right? Because here is showing confidence, or maybe somebody fell from grace. There may have been hidden motives as how it was presented to you, which is probably why you made the decision you made. And the opportunity that you may have thought was there's no longer there. Yep, Tower card in reverse. So there's been some type of, I want to say, argument, maybe some type of change in a relationship, in a community setting, in a job setting. And I don't know, for somebody could have lost somebody too. Like literally this person could have transitioned also. I'm hearing Tina. I'm hearing a Tina. If somebody is dealing with somebody that has transitioned, I'm hearing vibration of a Tina. Something linked to a Tina. And I don't know what it is right now. It's something with the stomach also, okay? Okay, you have the 9 of Wands showing up here with the Moon card in reverse, okay? 9 of Wands, somebody feel like giving up. Tina, like the name Tina, T-I-N-A, like it's linked to the name Tina, T-I-N-A. The Moon card, in the tarot deck is Pisces energy, but in astrology, it is Cancer. This energy is asking you to pay attention to your intuition. She said, Anja, not Tina. Pay attention to your intuition. Self-love is going to be key as you're moving throughout this opportunity for whatever the situation is. Some people may have made a choice, and the choice that you chose may not have been what you thought it was supposed to be, because maybe not everything was presented to you at first, and something came in between you seeing your wish fulfilled, because everything there was not, the truth was not being told. There's a lot of disappointment and maybe feeling like giving up, but I feel like there's self-love here, because whatever it is was not sustainable. It was not sustainable. Okay. Then you got a rival first house energy, and you got, okay. First house energy is still Aries energy. Clarify. King of Swords energy. That, I think that popped up in the reading on Patreon too. King of Swords and Queen of Wands. So with this first house energy, this is an energy of, thank you so much, Kim. First house energy, this is an energy, I want to say, of you being able to become self-aware of who you are and what you have to offer to the world. With the King of Swords energy, this is energy of someone that's clearly speaking what they want, and speaking from a place of what they know. So this is somebody that's very confident in what they know. Okay, this is somebody speaking their truth. And let me just say this energy can also come across a bit authoritative or maybe even aggressive, right? But they're speaking from a place of truth because they've learned some things. So paired with this Queen of Wands energy, somebody's speaking their truth because they've learned from experience. Of they've seen enough of what you they've seen enough of how you move to learn from experience, right? You can't come in and trick this person anymore. They've seen enough. Ace of Wands is back again. I don't know what's going on with the Ace of Wands, y'all. It's a beautiful ending. Ace of Wands is paired with the Strength card. Okay. So you could be dealing with the Leo. And I didn't call out the Tower card, just so you guys know, was Mars again. Okay. So you could be dealing with the Leo here. Ace of Wands is new opportunities, and the Strength card being confident to step into those new opportunities. Whatever you got going on here, you need to know that it's whatever you got going on here, you need to know that you're going to be fine. Whatever this is that you are in right now that may seem uncomfortable, or whatever it is that that somebody's coming to you for advice that's making them uncomfortable. We have a lot of planets right now bringing in uncomfortability for change to come in. Okay, we have a lot of planets right now bringing in that change. You need to be mindful of your perception of the change, however. Okay, the cards are saying that there's new opportunity coming in and you're going to have the strength, right? The Ace of Cups is, however, paired with the Tower card. Now, how I read the Tower card is this: when the Tower card is upright, this lets me know that this is change that you knew was coming, and you have an opportunity to execute that change how you want to. When it's in reverse, that means that this came in unexpectedly, or this came in, you were fearing the change and didn't really prepare yourself, right? But because it's upright and it's paired with the Ace of Cups, this lets me know that when the change comes in, this is going to bring you towards something that's more fulfilling. You are going to have the strength to step into the new opportunities, but you're going to have to deal with this self-love over here and letting go of what's not sustainable anymore. Okay? Dealing with the root of things. Now, I want to say this. I want to say this to you. You are not responsible. You are not responsible for anybody's emotions but yours. You are not responsible for anybody's mental thoughts but yours, because you can't control anybody else. The only person that you can control is yourself, right? You are responsible, however, for the energy that you put out and you give back. Okay, so the energy that you put out and the energy that you bring back into you, you are responsible for that. Okay, So the IC points deal with the root of things. Okay. Now, when we deal with the root of things, you're going into the unconscious and looking for the patterns in your personality. You're looking for your patterns and maybe how you think about things, right? So what you're doing this time right now is if something triggers you, you're looking for the pattern in your response. You're looking for the patterns in your thoughts. You're looking for the patterns in your emotion when you're triggered in this energy, okay? So the IC really brings you to the root of the problem, the root of why you do a thing, maybe even the root of why this person does a thing. So sometimes when you pick up things intuitively, it's not so much of a message for you to change, but for you to be aware of the change that's happening around you. Okay, that's important. What's the root of the thing? Let's get into what's the root of the issue. What's the root? Let's look at the root. What do you need everybody to know about the root of this issue? Ace of Swords. Okay. So the root of the issue, you have the Ace of Swords and the Emperor in reverse. So Ace of Swords upright could be definitely a lot of I want to say like arguments, confusion. It's paired with the Emperor card, and the Emperor card is in reverse. When you're dealing with the Emperor card, you need to know you're dealing with Aries energy. This could be someone of authority. This could be a parent, a grandparent, someone with authority. But it feels like this person was very machismo, my way or the highway, right? So you had to do things their way, right? This could also be a boss if you're dealing with a boss, or this could be a mate, this could be a friend, right? But you're dealing with energy of someone maybe older than you, okay? My way or the highway. If you don't think the way I think, it's a problem. If you don't do things the way I do things, then it's a problem, right? So this person, yeah, they rule more with an iron fist and not enough compassion. Ace of Swords is in reverse, so that lets me know that there's a lot of combative energy here, a lot of frustration with this person. And I kind of feel like this energy, this person does not know how to fall on their sword. They don't know how to apologize. So you could be dealing with someone that doesn't really know how to apologize, okay? But always have something to say, though. They always have something to say, but they don't know how to apologize. So the root of this is, and what I'm feeling here with this energy also is the need to always be right. The need to also always be right. You could be dealing with an Aries here. Okay. You could be dealing with an Aries here. Um, but the Ace of Swords energy, you could be dealing with Virgo energy. Um, um Not Virgo. Aquarius energy is what I meant to say. You could be dealing with Aquarius energy with this swords energy, the Ace of Swords, only because this person feels aloof. They don't feel like they really check in and hone in to like read the room and to see like, okay, like what you said is fucked up or what you did is fucked up, right? Because they're so tunnel vision on this is the way that it should go. Is paired with the Queen of Pentacles, guys, which means that this is somebody that affects the home or the workplace. This could be a professional relationship. This is, or it could be somebody at home. Okay. This person is definitely connected to the home or making money. Okay. And I don't know, for somebody, there's something around a car, maybe even arguments about a car. Okay. Maybe even arguments about a car. What else do you want to know about the root issues? Yeah. You got the Hierophant in reverse, and the Hierophant is a representation of Taurus energy. And it's paired with the Seven of Wands upright. See, the thing about this energy in reverse is like, somebody here is not traditional, because the Hierophant in reverse is somebody that's not traditional. I don't always have to do things, by the book. Somebody feels like they don't always have to do something by the book. And whatever this is letting them, they're kind of like, and I'm not going to do it by the book. I'm frustrated, but I'm not going to do this by the book. Somebody feels like they're not going to do this by the book. I'm going to do this my way. And I keep hearing, fuck what you heard. That's what I keep hearing. Fuck what you heard. I'm going to do this my way. My way. Yep. Yep. Ace of Pentacles is showing up. But it's kind of like, it's paired with the Tower card. So I kind of feel like, although you feel like you want to do it your way, there's still like like, you're still afraid because maybe you're connected. Maybe there's money security going on here. The root of the problem for somebody is definitely maybe connected to money security. Okay. And the root of the problem for somebody is maybe thinking, do you have what's necessary to make this happen? Okay. Somebody's thinking, do I have what it takes to make this happen? See, because you have the Empress here saying, hell yeah, you got what it takes to make this happen. Empress energy is Venus energy. Remember what Venus is saying, self-love, like all day, we got this. Now remember, Venus rules Taurus and it rules Libra. Taurus is all about your money and your stability, right? And Venus is saying, yes, we got this, right? But somebody over here, do we really got this though? Do I really got this though? Because you're still in contemplation. Frustrated about the same money thing. See? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Do I really know? No, I could do this, but do I really? Can I really? Because that's kind of, the money issue. Yes, you will. You'll find peace. You find peace within yourself. You can find peace within anyone, Ajana. You can find peace. Okay, so let's take a look and see what you need to know. We're going to take a look and see what you need to know because I only got about 15 more minutes here. What you need to know. Oh, man, listen. So you guys know this poll is for this week into next week, but these polls are timeless. So if the message resonates, you take what you need and you leave what you don't, okay? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, so let's pull on that. So because there's a lot of doubt in the atmosphere, let's pull on that. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Let's deal with that, right? Now, if you are a Patreon member, okay, you can hop on over to that poll. That poll is in great detail, okay, of how you guys should be moving. Now, if you are not a Patreon member, we're going to get into maybe the collective here. A lot of people are dealing with some doubt right now. Now, if you have not checked out the astrology report, please do. I did not go over aspects in Mondays, but I did go over aspects in Patreon, okay? I went over the top aspects in Patreon. This is what I need to tell you guys. Go back and listen to the astrology check-in. There's a lot happening planetary that you cannot control, that you are affected by. So a lot of the planetary alignments is really affecting how you are moving collectively, right? So some of what's happening and what you're feeling right now is not even your shit. It's just collectively what's going on in the planets, okay? Some of it's not even your shit. It's just planetary shit. Right? But if you're aware that it's just planetary shit, then you can get past and really focus on some of the stuff. So we talked about Uranus and what Uranus was doing. Okay. We talked about Pisces and what you need to be mindful of Pisces. I'm not going to take time to go into that, but we'll look at the playback for Mondays because we talked about the placements that's happening. Okay. Let me just say this right now, though. You have the sun in conjunction with Chiron. The sun is currently positioned in Aries, and Chiron is currently positioned in Aries. You also had, oh, this is not in this one. Okay, that's in the Patreon. In Patreon, you had Chiron showing up, which means it's healing season. But most importantly, you also have in this poll 6th house energy, your health and your well-being. It's time to love and heal you. Okay, it's time to love and heal you. All right, so let's take a look at this doubt that we have going on. All right, we're thanking our angels, we're thanking our guides, we're thanking our higher self, we're thanking the divine masculine and feminine energy. We are thanking all of the wonderful energy in the atmosphere that is here to help guide, protect, inspire, motivate, encourage, to give us the strength to move with courage and boldness when it is time. Okay. All right, so I'm going to be breaking this down by the elements, okay? This is how we're going to do this. We're going to be breaking this down by the elements. If you are not in any of these particular elements, it does not matter. I am going to tell you how you can utilize the archetype energy to be useful to you. We are going to start off with the air element. If you are not an air sign, which is going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, okay? If you're not an air sign, if you're not a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, this element is going to be applied to your thinking. So air energy is your thoughts, your intellect, okay? So you can apply the air archetype even if you're not an air sign to how you're moving. This has to do with your thinking, your mental and your intellectual thinking, all right? So code word here is rebirth. We're dealing right here with your with your earth chakra, which means that you need to ground yourself. Earth chakra means you need to ground yourself. This is about a rebirth. Whenever you see butterflies, we're talking about transformation. All right. So ground yourself in your thinking. Rebirths in your thinking. If you're not an air sign, it means that you need to renew the way that you're fucking thinking about things. Let me say this again. If you are not an air sign, okay, you can still use the air archetype by renewing the way you fucking think. It's time to rebirth. Okay, stop using thoughts and stop repeating shit in conversations in your mind that does not serve you anymore. Please. Okay, even if you got to write this shit on fucking sticky tab and stick that shit all over the house to remind yourself. Renew your thoughts. It's time for a rebirth. The thoughts that are no longer working for you gots to go. The thoughts that are self-sabotaging gots to go. And if you have people in your life that's echoing the thoughts that need to go, they need to fucking go too. Okay? Hey, sweetie. Hey. Okay, so keeping in mind, rebirth, renew your thinking. This is also the number 2, intuitive thinking. The number 2 is on the soul plane. Right? The number 2 is on the soul plane. Y'all know this number 2 has to do with your intuition. How you gonna rebirth in your thinking, your intuition? Listen, your mind be telling you when you're thinking some fucked up thoughts if you've been on this spiritual war. Come on now. You know when you on some self-defeating thinking, you know that. So if you used to meditating and you've not meditated maybe for 3 or 4 days and you feel a difference, you know you need to get back to your meditation. This is not the season for you to have your thoughts out there like all willy-nilly. Okay, no. And when I say watch your thoughts, watch your conversations, watch what you're watching on television, watch the music you're listening to, okay? You can't be listening to music to say men ain't shit when you out here looking for a good man. So replaying songs in your head about men ain't shit, men ain't never gonna be shit, and you trying to get a good man, you're working against yourself. So that's the shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. Reprogramming your mind. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot create a space, right, for yourself in here and then externally move in a direction if in here is already mentally fortified. So which means when you change your mental and you change your emotion, your actions start producing what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Okay? Please understand that. Ain't nobody operating on this plane that controls your life outside of you. And the minute that you can clue yourself in on that, you're free. And how you free yourself, self-love. And I already told you, our self-love don't got nothing to do with you being a narcissist and fucking over other people. No, it don't. Self-love requires you to check your fucking self. Self-love requires you to call yourself out on some shit. Self-love requires you to sit your ass down sometimes. Self-love requires you to say, all right, come on, enough is enough. Okay? This is not the channel if you're not trying to grow. It's not. So, air element, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libras. Okay, if you're not an air sign, this has to do with your thinking. It's time for you to change the way you're thinking. Rebirth. If it's not working, it's time for you to get a mantra, get a meditation, chant, pray. And y'all, listen, we're not even going to get into the pray. Right? So you're either going to be a pray or you're going to pray. And let me tell you the secret about when you praying. You ain't supposed to keep asking when you pray. When you pray for something, the magic in prayer is to know that you've asked and it's already received. So you can't keep coming back and asking the same. If you are constantly asking for the same thing over and over and over and over again, guess what? You're never gonna get it. Ask and then get into a space of gratitude. Ask and then start saying thank you. If you've asked, start saying thank you. If you've asked, start saying thank you. That's how this shit works. You hear me repeat things on this channel all of the time because the way that you change and you reprogram yourself is through repetition, symbols, and trauma. You've had enough trauma in your life. You see symbols all day, all over the place. You have repetition all day, throughout the day, from the news, from the music, from school, from work. So why not purposely put some stuff in your life that you can repeat that's going to change your life? Right? All right, so we're going to move on to water elements. If you are not a water sign, which consists of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, this has to do with your emotions, okay? And I do the air signs and I do the water signs first because how you think affects your emotions. How you feel affects your thinking. Your emotions and your thinking produces your actions, which is the fire energy. So if you're not a Scorpio, if you're not a Pisces, and if you are not a Cancer, right? This is your emotions. That's how you use the element of the water signs. You link that to your emotions. And it's saying, get clear with your emotions. You got the crown chakra showing up here. You're going to have to get clear with your emotions. How do you really feel? And let me just tell you right now, there is no right or wrong way to feel. There's no right or wrong way to feel. Okay, there's no right or wrong way to feel. You just own how the fuck you feel. If you mad, you mad. If you angry, you angry. Hey, babe. You see the container? I got your rice there in the pork chops. You could just heat it up. I'm sorry. Okay, so I thought I was gonna be done before you got up. So clarity. Be clear about what you're feeling. And once you have a clear understanding about how you feel, okay, I'm mad, you then need to get into why I'm mad. It's not good enough that somebody just hurt your feelings. See, that's going to keep you stuck. Whoever controls you mentally and emotionally controls how you move, controls what you do, controls how you feel, controls how you think, which means you fucking stuck. So at any given moment, when they want to press that emotional button or that mental button, they can. Right? Get clear on how you feel. Yes, I'm mad, and I'm mad because XYZ. And then usually by the time you get to why you mad and XYZ why you mad, what you find out is that's not even why you're really mad. It's not even why you're really mad. Go deep with the shit. Can I tell y'all a story? I remember one time I was talking to a friend. And they began to tell me this beautiful story about this person that they met. Right? Oh, I met this lady and she's so this and she's so this and she's so this. And I'm thinking, well, I'm this, and I'm this. Well, like, where the fuck you meet her at? Like, I talk to you all the time. Like, where did you meet her at? I feel a little jealous of this person. And then they said, and her name is Kamoy. And can I tell y'all, for like that 5 minutes while we were in conversation, I was jealous of myself. Emotions. That whole conversation where that person was describing me, I was jealous of me. I couldn't even say nothing for like a week. I was too embarrassed to say that I was jealous of myself. I had to get clear on my feelings about myself, y'all. Like, this is some real shit. This just happened last year. I had grown so much, I didn't even recognize and I didn't even stop to embrace the fact that I had grown so much. So here it is. Somebody's describing me to me, and I don't even fucking recognize myself. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, a lot of times it's not anybody outside of you, it's you. It's you. And I'm literally, and I'm in my feelings. Like, wait a minute. Well, where you meet another West Indian from? Oh, she does what? Like I'm in my feelings for 5 minutes until 5 minutes later my name was called. So what I'm saying to you is be clear about how you feel and be clear about why you feel the way you feel. Do not give anyone the power to trigger you. Okay? Do not. Okay? So, if you're not a water sign, it's saying get clear about your feelings. Why you feel the way you feel, why you triggered. And what you're going to find is you begin to dig, a lot of these triggers are linked to your childhood. A lot of these triggers are linked to your early adolescence. Okay? A lot of these triggers that you have are linked to trauma, disappointments. Okay? All right, we're moving on to fire energy. Fire signs are Leos, Aries, as well as Sagittarius. If you're not a fire sign, this element you're going to deal with your actions, why you do what you do, right? Your thoughts and your emotions produce your actions, the fire energy, the movement. Okay? Inspiration. This right here is called Sakura Chakra energy. Sakura Chakra energy is about relationships, the emotions within the relationships, and the change that needs to happen within those relationships. Okay? And it's saying inspiration. What's your inspiration? What inspires you? Is this draining or is this inspiring? Is this toxic or is it not? Remember, you don't have to change anything physically first. You first make a change by acknowledging a change is needed. That's it. Not trying to figure out how to change, just acknowledge a change is needed. And I promise you, once you acknowledge a change is needed, the universe then opens up a doorway for whatever is needed to bring about that change. It comes forth. But if you keep blocking that, oh no, it's not really me, it's them. Oh no, it's me, but not them. When you know it's them and not you, you know, find your inspiration. Go back to what makes you happy. Go back to that thing that you would do even if money wasn't a requirement. Go back to that. All right, last but not least, the earth signs, which is going to be Capricorn, is going to be Virgo, and it's going to be Taurus. If you're not a Capricorn, or Virgo, or Taurus, the earth element has to do with the physical realm. This is the realm of logic, the realm of reasoning, the realm of doing. Okay? Self-mastery. Which means you are responsible for you. Which means that you don't get to do or you don't get to manifest something and blame others for your manifestation. You're going to have to master all of you. Your mind, your body, and your soul. Capricorn sun, see? Yeah. Capricorn sun and moon. Okay, so with that Capricorn sun and moon and this energy, you need to be mindful not to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's important. Okay? This is going to be important for you. Clarify how you feel before you make any decisions or movement. Remember, it's saying how you're moving by inspiration in your actions. So if your inspiration is I'm in my fucking feelings and I got receipts, you're going to be inspired to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And really, is that self-mastery? No. Change the way you think. Be clear about how you feel. Make sure that your actions are inspired, okay, properly. Hey, Apple, I haven't seen you in a while. Master yourself. I missed you too. Master yourself. Yes, Kim, I know. It's over. You know, what's all this shit? I don't need this shit. You know, I don't need, you know. All right, last but not least, Spirit is saying use divine wisdom. Use divine wisdom. Which means that you're going to have to stop and deal with yourself before you respond to things. Don't go around leaving a whole bunch of dead bodies and dead friendships because you're not controlling your mouth, because you're not controlling your emotions, and because you're not controlling your triggers. Don't do that. Yeah. But you ready? Yeah, don't do that. And let me just say this. If you don't know what to do, do nothing. If you do not know what to do in this energy, do nothing until you know what to do. Do nothing. Okay. Now, if you know you need to make a decision, and you need to make a decision, and you cannot not make a decision, you go with your gut. Don't second doubt yourself. You go with your gut. You go with what your gut tells you. Don't go with what you're fearing. Don't go with what you fear. You want to go with your gut. Right? And sometimes what your gut is telling you is fearful, so maybe that was not the right way to steer it. You want to go with your gut even if it's something that you fear, something that's uncomfortable. If your gut and your intuition is telling you that this is what you need to do, then you're going to go ahead and you need to do it. If it's bringing you uncomfortability in your body and in your soul, and in your spirit, there's time for a change. It's time for a change, right? Y'all know the deal. All right, family. Y'all know the deal. Okay, so I'm back. So updates. Okay, so I just got somebody on my team to help me to get organized. All right, so it's going to take a little while for me to be up and running, to get the classes up and running that I want. So we're going to be going through Aries season and maybe Gemini season, just kind of mapping out the energy. And then I'm going to be bringing back my meditations in the classes in the next couple of months. We are going to be doing the 100-day journey of level up for I Am My Own Guru. I just don't have a date yet, y'all. I don't have a date. So I'm supposed to have another meeting hopefully this week. And the more I know, the more you guys are going to know. But in the meantime, I am here on Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays, we do an astrology breakdown. We take a look at where the planets are and what you need to know as you're moving throughout the week's energy. On Wednesdays, we come back and we do the tarot card, the 369 pull, okay? If you're part of the Patreon family, you can find your 369 pull on Patreon on Wednesdays. So that's going up this evening. I've already recorded, so you guys can find that this evening on Patreon, okay? That is more detailed and more focused on how you're to maneuver through the energy as you move through the week, okay? I do personal readings. So if you're interested in a personal reading, please go ahead and email me at the number 4 yourinnervoice@gmail.com. I have over 1,000 video on the channel, so the videos are timeless. Just go by the titles. If the titles resonate and it vibrates, go ahead and click get the message. You keep what you need, you leave what you do not. All right. In this energy, you want to be kind to yourself. You want to love yourself. You want to honor yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Okay. Take responsibility. Take responsibility. Take accountability. That's the only way change is going to happen. Take responsibility and take accountability. Okay. All right, my loves. I appreciate y'all. I got to go now. I'm on here a little longer. So this is the deal, right? You are so welcome. I'm back here on Mondays and Wednesdays. Set your notification button, okay? You guys will also be seeing podcasts out again soon. So the podcasts are coming back. If you have not checked out my podcast, I am on all major streaming podcasts. So you guys can go on and check out the Timeless podcast, okay? Episodes, they're all there. I have over 200 episodes on the podcast, right? The daily vibrations are timeless. Just take the messages as they go. I have not decided if I'm bringing back daily vibrations yet, but I am back on Mondays and Wednesdays. I love you guys. I'm going to see you guys on Monday, okay? I might do a pop-up during the week. I don't want to commit myself because sometimes things do not work out, and I am a Scorpio, fixed energy. So if I say I'm going to be here Friday and shit happens and I'm not here, I get anxiety, y'all. I ain't going to lie. I be all in my feelings. My schedule ain't right. I'm off my routine. So I can't do that to myself anymore. It's a new season. So I can't commit to Mondays and Wednesdays, and that's what it is for now. All right. And usually an hour at most. I'm going to try and start coming on after 8 o'clock on Mondays, because then I can stay longer. I'm sorry, on Wednesdays, and I can stay longer, okay? But I love you guys. I'm gonna see you guys next week. Watch the playback. I'm sorry, I gotta go now, right? I love you guys. I wish I could stay longer. I'll stay longer next week. I appreciate each and every one of you. Set the notification button, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye, my loves.